Hey toy fans, Aaron here. Today we're going to take a look at Luke Skywalker's T-16 Skyhopper. So let's head to that table and check this one out. And the Skyhopper was released in '97 on the Power of the Force 2 packaging. It's the green version as you see here with that green lightsaber running in the background. Nice image of the toy itself on the front of the box with the little advertisement showing you that you get two vehicles in one here. The top, bottom, and all sides of the box features the same image as the top, just squished down to make it fit better. On the back side, you get a nice image of the toy featured on a landing pad somewhere with a couple features highlighted of the laser cannon and the wings that can be positioned how you want them. Another image showing you where it detaches from the ship itself. And then you got this little cutout area here of a pretty lengthy write-up about the vehicle and all the little modifications Luke made to this vehicle. And to the right of that, you got a listing of all the toys. Well, not all, but the majority of the toys that were new on the line at the time, with the majority of these being the Shadows of the Empire line. You had the two vehicles, Slave One and the Outrider, that both came out in those purple boxes. The three figures there to the right of that are the deluxe figures in the line. Those came out on, pretty sure those were orange cards. I'd have to go back and look in my room. And all these figures down here at the bottom, you had two comic book 2-packs that were available, and then the single release carded figures, all from Shadows of the Empire. And looking at the vehicle out of the packaging, it is a pretty cool looking toy. Very well sculpted with some nice paint detailing just here and there, really lightly and I guess really only where needed. Of course, you only saw bits of this vehicle in the movie on the Lars homestead, but you saw more of it when Luke was, of course, playing with it as a toy in his hand. As I recall, the only assembling needed to be done to this was to snap the wings on, and then you had a handful of stickers that needed to be applied. The bulk of the outer vehicle, as you can see, is gray. There's a little bit of like black speckles spray painted throughout. In general, I haven't been a fan of when they've done this to the vehicles, like the AT-AT had it on, plastered all over. Didn't like the looks of that. Here, I don't think it's too bad. It's lightly done, and I wouldn't have wanted any more than that. But as I mentioned, there's lots of sculpting to this. You can see all the little panel detailing throughout the wings and the sides of the vehicle. On the front of the vehicle where it's white, you do have some brown like dirt splatters painted on, so that's pretty cool looking. You got some white showing with the way it's painted. Looks like that gray paint has kind of chipped away, more so on one side than the other. And this is where it just might be easier to get this off the turntable to show, but anyways, it's pretty straight line of paint through this area, whereas you can see on the other side, flip that around the mic, you can kind of see little jagged edges through it. Otherwise, some great sculpting through this front area, but looks like maybe some cannons here up front. This window on each side, very nice clear plastic to it, so you get a pretty good view through the vehicle. On the bottom side of the vehicle, lots of sculpting throughout here as well. And then you got this little mount here at the bottom of the vehicle because, well, one, this laser cannon, when in use, just snap it on the bottom here, it doesn't sit well in that mode. So you need to be able to take that off. So, you got this additional spot in the back that can clip onto, and it allows it to sit nicely in that way. Wings fold down relatively easily. There's a good snap to it though, but I wouldn't rest the vehicle on those wings. It just doesn't hold too well. And then on the back side of the vehicle, lots of great sculpting and detailing through here. Nothing special though for the paint application for any of this. It's just the white molded plastic, a little bit of brown spray painted in there for some dirt. And for separating the vehicle, just give a little pull out. So this is what remains. And then as far as this little smaller portion of the vehicle, it's pretty neat looking. Nice little sculpting to it. These great tips of the wing, of course, extended out onto the main body, so it was part of that you saw here. Wings just kind of clipped and held into place on these areas here. Still some good sculpting to the plastic throughout this entire vehicle. And then a few stickers that you did need to apply yourself here on the sides, front of the foot pedals, down the middle, and then you had a little kind of vent detailing stickers that you had to apply at the front side of these little round spots. And that's essentially it. Obviously your wings still fold down here. Doesn't really sit too well, when you don't have it together in the main vehicle. It just plops down like that. I would have liked a little retractable landing gear or something just to, I like things to look straight. And then of course we got Luke Skywalker here that was available at the time. And he's got really no problem sliding right inside there. He's got his little viewport and console screen that you can see there. Again, stickers that you apply. But anyways, he does sit in very nicely. And if you even wanted to keep him in there, slide him back in the vehicle. There you go. And then just line up those tabs to get it all looking nice and little twist of the wings to get those lined up. But now you got Luke Skywalker sitting inside there. Fits no problem, even the big bulky one. And as far as that little missile accessory goes, you know, decent sculpting to it. The main body of it has some nice sculpting, a little bit of brown paint splattered in there, but lots of little intricate detailing of compartments and stuff or whatever that would be. And then a little switch here on the bottom. Just give that a little pull back. Missile shoots out, of course. This thing is huge, I tell you. I don't know if they did that one for safety reasons or if that's really how it would have looked on the vehicle. But the missile, it's got some decent detailing to it, as you would expect. Little fins here, just round bits and stuff, though, otherwise. And then, of course, this is the mechanism that goes into the launcher and keeps it in place until it's launched. And then, as I mentioned earlier, you got your choice of just snapping that in here at the bottom. Gives you this look. As I said, it doesn't sit well that way. But when not in flight and you don't want to lose it, then it can just click on the back here. And it holds pretty well there and still looks pretty decent. And it holds pretty well back there. But, you know, I don't know. It looks odd sticking out the back. So when I display mine, I just keep this off to the side. So overall, this really is a cool looking vehicle. I mean, I feel like I say that a lot. But, you know, I like these toys. And for all the vehicles they still could have released so early in the line, I guess it's a little surprising that this one came out. And while this is one they probably could do an update on, certainly give it, you know, some fancy paint operations and stuff here and there, in a way, I have to say I kind of like it the way it is. Since I never saw the vehicle in the movie and you saw it more as a little toy model in Luke's hand, to me I kind of feel like more that's what we always got here, was just a little toy that he was holding. And so that wraps up this look at the T-16 Skyhopper. I'd love to know what your thoughts are on this vehicle in the comment section below. And as always, thanks for watching.